Hi, I'm Mr. Frog. For a while now, I've been heavily interested in the Ultimate Iron Man game mode. With this in mind, I wanted to set myself a new challenge. Using standard UIM rules, I want to acquire one of the coolest pets in the game, the Olmlet. But there's a catch. In addition to these rules, I will also not be allowed to leave the island of Zeah. This means I will have to obtain all of my gear, stats and supplies in the local areas. Can it be done? Welcome to Overzealous. Okay, so that is going to do it for Wintertodt for now. We did hit 80 fire making, which is the goal I actually set myself. So 80 fire makings rounded out. We got a few construction levels to 47, and I think we also got a woodcutting level to 71 or woodcutting. We have 3 crates here. Only one of them is a full crate because the other 2 I messed up the runs. To be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention and I kept getting hit by shrapnel and stuff like that. Also, the fact that I have high HP makes it a little bit harder now, but it's not too bad. It's still doable. So we are going to open up these crates. I think I'm just going to quickly eat this cake, put myself back to near enough full HP, and it gives me the extra slot as well. We can drop the hammer for the extra space, and let's have a look. First crate, so we got some cash, which is nice. Teak logs, useless. Coal, useless. Taramin, unfortunately I can't actually use them until level 12, and it's just going to waste space holding on to, so useless. The dynamite is useless, and watermelons are way out of my range of using. Yeah, that's not happening. So we'll drop them, but the gems are always nice because I can unnote these and cut them for crafting XP. So next crate. Okay. I mean, I'd appreciate these seeds if I had higher farming, but I don't. I guess I could use this for cooking, but it's just really not worth it. We do have some gold ore though, which actually is really good because I know I mentioned before about making a strength amulet and I didn't have a reliable way of getting gold, but we do have some gold ore and I have the smithing level and crafting level to make it, I'm pretty sure. So ruby amulet is 50, yeah, so we can go make a ruby amulet. Obviously I can't actually enchant it yet because level 25 magic, but in the future we'll be able to enchant that. But we are going to drop the rest of it. Unfortunately it's not useful, so goodbye. Oh, we have a random. Yeah, do the maze random. Alright, there is the maze completed. We got 68% because I kind of messed it up, but let's see what we get from that in addition to the Wintertodt rewards. Some runes. Not useful to me right now, but I can sell them to a shop. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure this stuff doesn't sell for anything. Maybe I take the magic logs actually, and the U logs they might sell. I know the seeds don't, but we'll go the adamant ore. And we are going to open the last chest. It's going to warn us for this one. It'd be really nice if we can get some pyromancer pieces, but I don't see that happening. Let me just move over to here and open the crate. Okay. Not exactly useful items. In fact, not useful at all, apart from maybe a couple of gems, and I think we did get some money as well. But now we've all done that, we're going to drop the stuff we don't need, and we're going to move on to doing some crafting. So before we move on to crafting, there's one quick thing I wanted to do, and that is to sell off these items. I should get a decent price for these here. The price is probably going to drop. Oh my god, that plummets. I'll probably hop around and sell these. So it did occur to me that I probably should have been selling them off in this shop, but no matter, I did sell the rest here. I'm just going to be selling off all of this random stuff to this general store because, quite frankly, not going to do anything else with it. Going to keep hold of the gems though because we'll be using them for crafting. So I went through Hosidius and got the ball of wool. I also went to the house and got some molds so that I could do some crafting. I'm going to do necklaces for most of the gems. Obviously I've got the amulet mold so that we can now make the ruby amulet. I'm just going to use this gold ore, turn it into a gold bar, and then we'll make the amulet and attach the ball of wool. And there we go, we have our ruby amulet. Obviously, as I've repeatedly said, I don't have the magic level to enchant it just yet, but later on, when we get our magic up, we will be able to make our Amulet of Strength, and this is just preparing for it in the long term. We're going to have to go back and unload these gold ore because I completely messed up the ratios, but I can drop the Amulet mold now because we won't need that anymore. So with a bit more space to work with, we are going to craft all of these up. I'm going to be short 2 gold ores, so I'm just going to drop 2 sapphires. But then once that's done, we will head back down and get back to cutting gems because we need as much crafting XP as we can get. Once again, we have died. So, we have actually been doing some crafting for the last day and a half or so, and we've managed to get ourselves all the way to 64 crafting. This does take a very long time, by the way, guys. Don't let these videos fool you. It is like 8,000 XP an hour, and I think I've gained like 200k XP to put into perspective, so it's a lot of crafting. But the previous episode has recently gone live. I'm still collecting your guys' votes, but as of right now, it seems fairly unanimous that you guys want me to do the quest, which is great because I was kind of hoping you'd say that, otherwise I wouldn't have suggested it in the first place. But we are going to give it a few more hours just in case anyone else needs to post their vote. I did say I'd give 24 hours from making the video as to when I'd calculate it all, so we've still got about 3 more hours before I'm going to take that vote. But for the time being, we are going to stop crafting. Like I said, got all the way to 64, and I'm very sick of it. Also, one thing to note is that I've actually got 80 thieving now, nearly 81 from doing all of this, and that goes to show how much of this I have to do to train crafting. It's quite an insane amount. At this rate, we're going to end up with like nearly 90 thieving by the time we finish crafting, which is insane. So we are going to actually head over to Hosidius, and I want to do a quick farm run. Still want to boost up this farm level a bit, because once we get 34 we can consistently do it. I'll be doing tie farm and stuff like that then, and I want to have it ready for the point when I start collecting herb seeds, whether it be from Wintertodt or killing monsters in the catacombs. We will be doing a whole bunch more Wintertodt soon, but I am trying to vary it up a little bit so it's not too boring for you guys. But we are going to head down here, collect our stuff, and get this farm run done. So there is our first full yield of Guam with super compost. We actually only got 5. Oh, and there's another farming level. We did get 16 farming from the compost. So this is 17. We're just going to plop that in there. We don't need the onion seeds anymore. Let's clean up all of these. And this time we're not going to note them, because last time I did and it was a waste. But we are now going to head up to Arceus. Let's drop the onions, and we'll make all 5 of these into attack potions. There we have 6 herb lore while making these potions as well. Let's finish up these and we can move on. So as you guys may have noticed, I still have 2 diamonds on me, and that is because I plan to sell them back to the gem trader. I know I won't get that much for it, but it's nice to have a little bit of extra cash. So we are going to head back over to the gem trader, and we're going to try and sell these off. Hopefully enough time has passed since I last stole from the store. Right, so let's try this. Okay, cool. So we can sell these for like 1.6k each. Very, very nice. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually heading over to the Warrens so I can buy some fishing supplies, because for the next few hours, while I wait for the poll results to come back, I'm going to be doing some fishing. Depending on the result of the poll, which it's currently looking like a unanimous yes, I will be doing the Eagle's Peak quest. I probably won't be recording much of this because it's off the island, and I don't like including content that isn't based on Zeah. This is just an exception that has to be made because of Jagex's change to combat bots. Okay, so it is now officially a day after I uploaded the previous episode, and we have the verdict on whether I should make the exception or not. And to be honest, it seems to be an overwhelming yes from you guys. I didn't expect that big of a sway in the vote. I kind of expected a few more of you to say no. I think I only got 1 no in the end, which is absolutely insane. We have been running out this fishing, like I said. I used up all the feathers. I think I had like 300 in the beginning. And we did get a few fishing and cooking levels. Just kind of doing this here and there when I feel like it, maybe to vary up the content and stuff and to fill the gaps really, because we are going to need cooking in the future anyway, and it's a nice little thing to AFK. But we are going to finish up the rest of these fish, and then we're going to get the Eagle's Peak quest done. Like I said in the previous clips, I'm probably not going to record too much of it because I don't like the idea of recording stuff that's not on Zeah, but I will well, you'll see how much I record in the next clips. Time to leave Zeah for what is hopefully the last time on this account. Not including insuring pets or dying. Okay, so fortunately for us, even though I've got all the stuff to finish the quest, what I'm actually going to do is I'm not going to hand in the quest. And the reason for this is because I have unlocked the ability to use box traps, which is the primary reason as to why we are doing this, and in fact the sole reason as to why we are doing this. And I feel like it remains a little bit more authenticity of the account if I don't get the Hunter XP as the reward. I want to make sure that I avoid any extra rewards that I'm getting being off Zeah, and I can just release this ferret because I'm not going to need it now. We get rid of the books and the other items, and there we go. We actually have the ability to use box traps now. So we're going to head back to Zeah, and the quest will forever just be where is it? It'll always be in yellow now because I'm not ever going to finish the quest, but I can use box traps. So, interestingly enough, because I'm so used to going back to the ham hideout and collecting clues on Solus, I accidentally did it on this account. I unlocked an extra music track and an achievement. Yeah, that's what happens with muscle memory when you're not paying too much attention. You just start doing things that you're used to. Okay, so we are officially back in Zeah. It feels so much better to be back in my homeland. Let's actually go to Land's End because I meant to go there instead, and we'll collect up some box traps so that we can start hunting some chins. So we just got a dunce random, and this is really important, and you'll see once I get the book as to why. That is the random event completed. Here is the Book of Knowledge, and if we put this on Slayer, we are now 13 Slayer, which means only 2 more levels until we can kill Banshees. And here we have coming in with 65 Hunter. We've been grinding this out for the last day. It didn't actually take too long with the chins. If I'd have done it with the birds, it would have taken a serious amount of time, probably like the whole week. But we can now catch magpie implings. If we go to like Pura, or if we see them around, we'll need the butterfly net though, because we cannot catch them barehanded. Now, I bet what most of you are probably wondering is, how many chins did I catch? And I'm going to show you now. There we go. So we did catch 1.5k chins, which actually isn't that many, but we can actually equip them. However, I'm going to hold off on this until we've trained crafting a bit, so that we can get our range up a little bit more, get some better gear, and we can actually utilise these a bit better. Also, I haven't quite decided on what I want to use them on. I'm assuming there might be some stuff in the catacombs that I could use them on, or I don't know, somewhere around Zeah. I'm sure there's something that is viable to use chins on. If you guys have got any suggestions, please be sure to leave them in the comments. I'd always be happy for tips and tricks. But moving on from this, I think what I'm going to do next is actually go back up to the gem store and grind out a whole bunch of crafting. Obviously for you guys it's going to be about 10 seconds worth of clips, but for me, I'm going to spend the whole night doing it. It takes a long time to grind this crafting XP, but it'll be worth it once we hit 73. So I'm going to head up to the gem store now and get some crafting done. Right, so this gem will get us to 65 crafting, and I've decided that I'm just going to do 1 level for now. I have done a lot of crafting this episode, and I want to do a few other things, but I feel like the thing I want to wrap up this episode with is the same thing we started it with. I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of Wintertodt, because it is something that really needs to be trained before I go back to doing combat. I really want to basically get like 99 fire making before I go back to combat, because as many of you know, it's a lot more... Wow, I messed up that sentence. As many of you know, it's a lot more efficient to do Wintertodt at low HP, and although I don't try to be efficient, it's going to make my life a lot easier. I don't even know why I'm running this way, I need to get food anyway. It's going to make my life a lot easier if I get the Wintertodt done now. It'd be really nice to get a Time of Fire, but I don't want to be too optimistic because I'll have to get really lucky to get one at this point anyway. I think I've only had like 500 rolls on the table, and I don't even know what the chance of getting the tome is anyway. But hopefully we can maybe get the full Pyromancer set before we continue with combat. We only have one piece at the moment, so it's a little bit annoying. But I'm going to collect up some food, and then we're going to head up and smash out some Wintertodt to close out this episode. Okay, so that has finished off our first run of Wintertodt, and I've actually decided that instead of doing what I normally do, where I stack up crates, I'm actually just gonna open this crate right now, and the reason for that is because I'd really like to get some of the Pyromancer pieces to help me while I'm doing it, because obviously it's really hard for me to get warm clothing. So we're gonna open this up and hopefully we can get a Pyromancer piece. And it seems like we're out of luck. We did get some gems though, which I'll probably just go quickly cut and probably sell. Actually, I've got 7 diamonds. I'll sell them off to the shop when I go get the food for the next run. Everything else is fairly useless. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with these seeds, so they're gonna have to be dropped. Okay, so there is another crate done. This one was a little bit more scuffed. We only actually got about 10,500 points from this one, but we're gonna have a look and see what we get. No more Pyromancer pieces. And there we have our third run completed, which actually pushed us to 83 fire making. And I think I'm going to call it there because I'm getting really bored of fire making. We managed to just about get 13.5k on that one, as you can see by my health, and I had no food left. Managed to push it all the way for the full crate, but we're going to open up this and hopefully we can get a Pyromancer piece. Let's see. Nope, once again, no Pyromancer piece. We did get some money that time and some burnt pages. I think it should say in here somewhere. Yeah, 15 burnt pages and some coins. But most of the rest of it is useless, but that's just how it is. And that's going to just about wrap up everything for this episode. As always, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. I always appreciate the support. And if you want to comment something, hit it down in the comments below, and I will always read every comment you guys put. I will see you guys next week with another episode for Overzealous. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.